As a result, that didn't work out, so I lost my status um, basically right away. So I had to try and gather up as much information as I could get to try and restore my status. And it took a while. I tried it on my own, and I realized I couldn't do it. So I turned to Great Star Canada.
Hello, thank you so much for watching another video. Today I'm here with a special guest. Is one of our clients. She has an amazing story to tell. So I welcome Teresia here. Hi, Teresia. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. So Teresia is been a client with us for some time now, and she has an amazing story that we want to share with you. So Teresia, let's start. Um, how are you? How long have you been here in Canada? Um, yeah, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. Hi, my name is Teresia. I've been here for 9 years in Canada, Manitoba specifically, and I'm originally from Tanzania.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. So I know you were working before by yourself, before hiring Greater Canada. So when do you think that, oh, what was important when you say I need to hire an agency, I need to start looking for an immigration consultant?
I think I really had exhausted my options, and I was faced with a very tricky scenario, considering I was hoping to get a work permit, and I really didn't know what route to take to get that and also restore my status because I had lost it. So I thought I needed a professional to look into that and help really wean out all my options and pick the best option for me. So I just really wanted professional eyes to look at my situation.
Definitely, yeah, of course. And Risha, just to let people know, tell us a little bit more about what happened with your status. So how you came here to Canada, what was happening with your work permit, your study permit. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I came to Canada originally as a student,
Mhm.
um, and I went through the whole process, 4 years of schooling, graduated, and applied for my post-work grad permit, which I did receive for 3 years. And then during those 3 years, I did happen to um, get a good job, a full-time job, and with that, I decided to go ahead and apply for my PR through the um, provincial nomination. So I
Mhm.
did that, and it takes time to do that. While I was doing that, time was going, and I had gathered everything. And with the provincial nomination, it was, I'm not sure if it's changed, but it's all by paper. You send it all by mail, and if you are missing a document, they will not process your application and they send it back to you.
Mhm.
Um, and taking that into consideration as well as timing, that did happen, unfortunately. I missed a document, a form, and they sent it back to me. But at the time that this all happened was pretty much towards the end of my work permit's duration. And as a result, I lost my status. I had at the same time applied for a bridging work permit, but that one is it's very specific. To get that work permit,
Really
it's very
technical,
specific.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so as a result, that didn't work out, so I lost my status um, basically right away. So I had to try and gather up as much information as I could get to try and restore my status. And it took a while. I tried it on my own, and I realized I couldn't do it. So I turned to Great Star Canada.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, that's a big story. I
Yeah.
myself I did lost my status as well.
Hmm.
Back I was trying to apply for a study permit, and I was in a tourist visa, and then I thought I could just apply here in Canada, but I actually had to go back to my country and apply
Oh.
there and come back here. So it's a story, a huge story like yours. Uh,
Hmm.
so I can relate with that definitely. So let's talk about a little bit more. When did you realize? So once you lost your status, when did you realize it was important to hire Greater Canada?
Well, I realized that when I honestly did not know what options I had. Um, I mean, for the most part, you can try and figure it out by going on online and researching and asking around. But it came to a point where I really did not know what options I had. Um, and I had talked to a few people. I had actually talked to a few other consultants. And it was a very odd situation. It was a very complex situation that really it doesn't happen often. So they didn't really even know what to do.
Okay.
They tried to give me options. They thought maybe this could work, maybe that could work, but they didn't really stand on it, or they weren't as confident in it, to, what, just let's do this, give our best work and see what happens. So, yeah, it was just, I did not know what to do next. So,
Completely. Okay. So let once you talk to different companies and different consultants, and now you land here in Great Star Canada. What was the magnet, or what was the thing that attracted you to working with Daniel Painberg? What was the one thing that you will say that like put us in a different level from other companies?
I think, I mean, sure, other people were sympathetic or understanding, but I do think that that stood out for me with Daniel, that he understood how serious the situation was and how I was really looking for any way out, and that he was willing to exhaust all my options. And that's really what caught my attention with him, is that not only did he see the urgency, but he was willing to put all the resources required, to solve the situation, and give his best work out to get my issue resolved.
Definitely. I see you have a cat that in
I
the
do.
back. Nice.
I do. He's gone now, so he won't disturb us.
No, no, no problem at all. I love cats.
Oh, good.
Yes, great.
Well,
So,
he was bothering me because he had to get fed, but he's been fed. He's been
no, that's great. That's great. Okay, so how did you find out about Daniel, about Great Eastern Canada?
Google, really. I
Yeah.
just
Okay.
looked up online. Um, and I was looking for, I guess, anyone and any option really. And he had some good reviews, and I think
Yeah.
that's really
Okay.
what drew me towards him, is that he had good reviews and um, glowing reports about what he had done for people. So I guess Google, which is a
Good.
common answer for a lot of people, but that's how I found him.
No, did you check all the reviews, and like did you do your homework about like asking people what they thought about us before, or uh,
I mostly relied on the reviews, the Google
very good.
reviews. And I guess you could say, when you do look up when you do search online for a specific thing, usually the first page does give you the most viewed or the most top viewed results, and he was one of them. So I
Nice.
went ahead with him.
Perfect. Okay, so I have another question here. Um, what was the biggest breakthrough that you got from working with Daniel Painberg with Great Star Canada?
That would have to be, so I didn't originally, well, so for me to get my status back, the route that we opted for was to get my visitor visa.
Mhm. Okay.
While I was still in Canada, I was still in Canada the whole time. Um, and so, even just to think about it, the fact that I started off as a student, then I became a worker, post grad worker, and then went to a visitor. I think that was my biggest breakthrough, is to get the visitor record in the first place. I would never have thought that route would, I
Yeah.
didn't consider that route at all when I was trying to get things sorted, but that was my biggest breakthrough,
No.
getting my status restored as a visitor with
Yeah.
an
Like
application being,
Daniel took you from
yeah,
two different status, and that
yeah.
was so crazy. Yeah. Awesome. But that's great. That's great. I'm happy that you found us, and that you think that, well, this, and that this worked out. So I'm really happy for you.
Thank
um,
you.
no problem, of course. So let's see what I got here for you. Yeah, okay. So let's say you have a time machine, and then what would you tell the you of a year ago, now that you already know all these things and all our services? What would you tell the you of 1 year ago about like a words of wisdom that you have right now about our service?
Um, I think I'd start off by saying that it's okay to ask for help.
Hmm.
I think for the longest time when I found myself in this position, I wanted to fix it by myself.
Okay.
And there are professionals out there. I have seen the bad and the good, but
Hmm.
there are professionals out there that are willing to help you and give their all for that. So, you know, it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to look for professional help. So that's the advice I would have given myself.
Fantastic. That's actually really good advice. We sometimes believe that we know everything and that we can do everything, but that's why we have
Yeah.
professionals, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have immigration consultants that can help
Yeah.
with our problems. So that's nice. So Teresia, what would you say to someone that is trying to hire Daniel or our service here in Great Eastern Canada?
Um, I would say that you're in good hands.
Hmm.
Um, I think we do have you will have to do your part. You have to get the documents. You have to get all the requirements for them to help you to their best ability.
Hmm.
Um, but I would encourage you that immigration is complicated. It's very complicated. Sometimes it's easier. I mean, sometimes it goes smoothly, but immigration is very tricky. But I think, when you find someone who knows the ins and out of it, and has the heart for it, that you should go for it, and you know what, trust them. You're in good hands, and you know what, it'll work out for the best.
That's really nice. Thank you so much, Teresia.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so in 3 words, I want you to think of 3 words that describe the experience of working with Daniel and with Great Eastern Canada. Just in 3 words.
Um, 3 words. I had them. Can't remember them now. Maybe if I say them, they'll come to me. Sympathetic,
Okay.
sympathetic, honest, and optimistic.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that. Optimistic. Yeah.
yeah,
That, I think that describes pretty well how Daniel is really amazing. He always
yes.
has a smile, and he always wants to help us any way he can. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. And so my I guess my final question is: would you recommend Great Eastern Canada to someone who is trying to move to Canada, or that is trying to do any immigration process here?
Would I?
Yeah, would you recommend?
Oh, I would. I would definitely recommend Great Star Canada to anyone, really. Be it a student, be it a visitor, be it someone who's working on their PR, especially if you're working on your PR, because I honestly thought I could do it by myself, but right now I know better. I would definitely 100% recommend.
Awesome. Well, that's really nice to hear. And Trisha, thank you so much again for sharing a little bit of you, of your story. I am happy we could help you out and figure out what was going on with all that travel. And I'm
Yeah.
happy we had this amazing client from us, because you are a hard worker, and your job and everything is just amazing. So thank you so much again for this time with me to talk to you about your experience.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and also listening to my story.